Hello all, China Plate, MMD, MTN. This is Darren. Just thought I'd do my feedback as a little video feedback, really, because I thought that might be fun. Not done that before, so here goes. Let's have a look at your questions. What was your creative journey during the residency? This was the first time I've really been just a lyricist on a project. So it was a brand new experience for me, as well as the first time when I've had sort of sessions in the morning from experts and then been able to go away and sort of implement those sessions in the afternoon. I found it very useful actually, particularly just as a lyricist, just because it allowed me to really focus on one aspect of what um, uh, Fred and Robert were talking about. So instead of having to apply what they were saying to both music and lyrics and songwriting as a whole, I could just apply it to the lyric writing aspect of things, and I found that very, very useful. And I found it really enabled me to yeah to focus far more clearly on lyric writing as a whole, and also those specific things that they were talking about, each aspect of musical building. So yeah, it was really great for me, and unexpected. So that was good. Um, what impact did Fred and Robert's group and one-to-one sessions have my understanding musical theatre? Um, well, so I've been involved in making musicals for quite a while, and I've been part of a lot of training programs and had wonderful mentors and everything. What was great about this in particular was a sort of a validation, providing a validation from two guys who really, really know what they're talking about. Um, that that I've begun to know a bit about what I'm talking about too. That the methods that I've begun to use over the years for creating musical theatre are ones that they have also sort of found and discovered to be useful, and that there aren't these things called rules. There are things called principles, and the reason they're principles is that they can help help everyone, not just certain people. I think rules are problematic in that way. And what was great, for example, was the way in which musical theatre, a musical can be started. I really, really appreciated that they talked a lot about how music is an untamable beast and will take you off in a direction you don't know, you can't understand until you've actually done it. Um, so sitting down to write a synopsis, for example, may be great for some people. It's never really worked for me because I need to have that music there bubbling away, and they pretty much sort of confirmed that with their own thoughts, which was great and very encouraging. So I found that hugely useful. Uh, yeah. Let's see, what impact did the Darkroom have on the creative team dynamics? Well, this was the first time that we'd all been together in a room, so I think it was actually very useful, especially because it was the first time we were really working on it together. That what Fred and Robert did, what their sessions did, was able to provide us all with a shared language, a shared understanding, a shared knowledge of what we were trying to achieve. We were able to ask questions, and they were able to point things to particular groups and say, we think this might be useful for you guys, we think this might be useful for you guys. And then we were able to talk about it as a little group, and use that shared language, that shared understanding of what we'd just seen, and bring it to our own project. So actually that was very useful at the very beginning stages of our project to go, actually this is something that we can use. I think we're all very collaborative people by nature, but having that extra sort of bonding time, especially also with the other groups, was very useful, and I think it all sort of set us up to then. I think moving forward, we'll have that shared language going forward, and a shared knowledge of how we all how we best work. I mean, for us, it was often we'd get together, we'd say what we're going to explore, and then we'd disappear to our separate rooms, and we'd work on our thing, and then we would come back, and then we would share, and that works very well for us, rather than all being in the room together talking. So that was a discovery, and it was a really great one as well. Um, what might have been the long-term impacts of the darkroom on your artistic practice? I think it's a lot of it is what I've just said about a validation of the direction in which I'm heading. That is a potentially good way to go, and I find it exciting, and that it was encouraging. Really, it was a very encouraging, confidence building exercise. Really. And also in terms of the different sessions that they held, there was a lot of stuff in there. The learning of a new vocabulary, the understanding of this word appetite, which I'm now using all the time because I think it's so much better than a want or a motivation. It's so much more all-encompassing. The ideas of using your environment, setting up of conflicts, these things are all things that I'm taking forward and now implementing in other projects as well as on hostile ground. So I think it will be, it'll be an invaluable moment in my career. Is there anything I would have changed about the residency? Let's see. I think it was a good number of people. Yeah, I think it was a good number of total groups. That was good. I thought it was a good length of time. I think 5 days is manageable and good. I think that the way it was all run was excellent. The way that we had apartments close by, that was great. The tour of the building was great. I felt very welcomed by the Royal and Derngate, Tess and James, and all the team up there. I really enjoyed the meal that we all had out and the drinks that we shared on numerous occasions. Just trying to think of anything that was difficult. I didn't find anything to be difficult or problematic. And I thought it was good having the sessions in the morning and then work in the afternoon. For me, that was good. Although I'm usually sort of the other way around. I usually like to write in the morning. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, that there's nothing that I can think of that might be worth changing. If I do think of anything, I'll let you know. Are you pitching your project for the Beam showcase? Like, as we speak, I'm not entirely sure. I know there's talk of it, but I think we've all been quite slightly overwhelmed with our various other projects that maybe it might have slipped under the net. I'm going to look at it now. Yeah, that's all from me, I think. Yeah, thank you again for all of your assistance and for the opportunity. It was a really, really special experience for me and quite invaluable in my sort of development as an artist. So really hope that we can keep a relationship and move forward from there. But thank you very much. Bye.